Major Nidal Malik Hassan went on a shooting spree in Fort Hood, killing 13 and wounding at least 30. His former neighbour said he was shocked to hear the news.
I talk to me every morning, every night to see me. It's quite very good guy, give me a lot of books.
Major Hassan was an army psychiatrist at Fort Hood, set to serve in Afghanistan, his worst nightmare according to his cousin. His family also said he had been harassed because of his Muslim faith. Witnesses said they heard him shout Allah Akbar as he opened fire, but authorities have refused to speculate on whether it was a terrorist act. That's what the Secretary of Homeland Security told France 24.
It would be premature to speculate on what the motivations behind it were. So I think right now we need to let that investigation run its course.
Like Janet Napolitano, the army paid tribute to the victims and declared a day of mourning.
And again, I'd like to highlight the heroic efforts, and you've heard some of them, of our great soldiers and civilians at the scene who also responded, even those that were wounded, to help their buddies.
Fort Hood is the largest U.S. military base in the world, and locals are in a state of shock.
I can't believe somebody would do this. I mean, so much has happened in Fort Hood since the war started, and it's hard to believe one of our own could do something like this.
Following the attack, Americans queued to donate their blood. The wounded are in stable condition in hospital, so is the suspected gunman.
Well, you know, Pastor Yusuf, continually through this, we see people asking why. Why? We can't understand it. And the FBI is searching, and the military police just searching and scrambling for clues as to why this individual would do this. But I have tonight an exclusive ABN message, a news message for our viewers and for the whole world. We have the reason why. We have found it. And I haven't even been to his apartment. The reason is, he is a good Muslim. That's all there is to it. He is a good Muslim. And a good Muslim is an enemy of the United States of America, because the United States of America is viewed as an enemy of Islam and the Ummah. Islam looks very carefully and succinctly at the world in two spheres, Dar al-Harb and Dar al-Islam. And United States of America is Dar al-Harb. Now, for those viewers that we have that may not understand this concept, every country, every area that is ruled by Islam is the house of Islam, Dar al-Islam. And every area that is not ruled by Islam is called Dar al-Harb, house of war. And so, as a matter of fact, Muslim scholars point out, you know, a lot of times their apologists say, well, jihad is only defensive. We never attack. Well, actually, that's not true. But even assuming that it was true, if a Muslim is in Dar al-Harb, if he is in the house of war, then he is constantly, technically, in a state of defense, and therefore is allowed to fight and commit jihad, because the Quran says that unbelievers are an open enemy unto you. And it says in Surah 3 verse 28, I want to read that for our viewers right now in the Quran. Surah 3 verse 28. Let not the believers take for protectors unbelievers. You see, let not the Muslims take for protectors the Americans, rather than believers. If any do that, in nothing will there be help from Allah, except by way of precaution, that you may guard yourselves from them. You see, by way of precaution. That means, as a Muslim, you're not allowed to take protectors of the unbelievers. But if you fear them, this is the translation, if you have a fear of a problem, an issue, or also if you're the minority and you're in Dar al-Harb, it's okay to do that. But what is the explanation of this verse? Well, let's turn to a famous Muslim interpreter and tafsir, Al-Tabari. Al-Tabari says regarding this verse, that is Surah 3 verse 28, only when you are in their power, fearing for yourselves, are you to demonstrate friendship for them with your tongues. Listen carefully. Whilst harboring hostility toward them. I'd like to repeat that, please. Here is a Muslim scholar explaining for you and I why this man This man, Nidal Maliki Hassan, why he did this. People want to know why. Here it is. He is a good Muslim. His imam in Silver Spring, Maryland, he's a good Muslim. In Houston, he's a good Muslim. Everyone around him, oh yeah, he was a good Muslim. As a matter of fact, he got reprimanded in Walter Reed Hospital. Do you know why? For proselytizing Islam. He was a great Muslim. He was committing da'wah all the time. But here it says, that Tabari says that this verse says, only when you are in their power, fearing for yourselves, are you to demonstrate friendship for them with your tongues. People said, oh, he was a good guy. He was a lot of people who knew he was a great guy. We didn't expect anything. Why? Because he was practicing this deception. He was using his tongue to be friends. But then it says, whilst harboring hostility toward them. But do not join them in the particulars of their infidelity, and do not aid them through any action against a Muslim. This is Mr. Nidal Maliki Al-Hassan to the T, because he's in this United States of America, Dar al-Harb, living it up, and then he thinks he's going to get deployed, you see, to Dar al-Islam, to Iraq or to Afghanistan to fight the Muslims. So what does he do? He gets afraid, he gets upset, and he seeks to get out of that. And it says here, you are not to aid them in any way against a Muslim. And so what does he do? He ends up finally showing that inward hostility, manifesting it in jihad, a calculated, a premeditated act of mass murder by this Muslim in the name of Allah, as he shouted, Allah Akbar. And that is often mistranslated, isn't it, as God is great. Shouldn't it be God is greater? Yeah. Allah is greater. And what is the implication there, Pastor Yusuf? Allah is greater than what?
Has to be something.
Yeah, well, wouldn't it be greater than the fake God of the Kafirs, or you know, the God of the Christians and the Jews, or the polytheists? And so we have much more from the Quran, from the Hadith, from the Tafsir. We have from the fatwas that say, for example, American soldiers wanting to know, Muslim soldiers, should we fight in these Muslim nations? Because the United States is a war on terror. Actually, Nidal Maliki Al-Hassan said, no, the war on terror is a war on Islam. And he even stated to the point that he would like to see this situation where he could, that a soldier could kill some 100 American soldiers. It would be a wonderful act of martyrdom. Here's this man who was staying in the United States military, and even the authorities knew some of these things, fighting in the way of Allah, committing jihad, a good Muslim, wearing his dishdasha and his prayer hat in the morning, giving away Qurans, doing da'wah. And the fatwas of the religious scholars say, if you must serve in the kafir, in the army, then you must do it with resentment. You can please them with your tongues if it's good for you or if it's good for the cause of da'wah in the land, but don't ever allow or abet the enemy against any Muslim in the world today. Pastor Yusuf, do you have any commentary on this? We have a lot more to talk about, and I know we're going to have callers, but anything you'd like to add?
I think our time is over for this segment.
Yeah.
When we come back, we would like to talk about title today, the loyalty between loyalty and betrayal.
Excellent.
To explain the immigrants that came to this country and where is their loyalties.
Very good.
There is many nationalities that's in this country. There is Italians, there is Greeks, there is Arabs, there is Chinese, there is Vietnamese. You name it, it's all there.
Right.
And when they were sworn in to defend the United States against an outside aggressor.
Right.
This is when everybody raised his right hand.
Yeah.
He forgot the loyalties of the old country, and America became his first loyalty.
Supposedly.
Yes. And he was sworn in to do this.
Yes.
And I know many American friends that they take that into heart.
Yeah.
They love this country.
Right.
It's and the other questions, why we are here as foreigners? Right. Why do we come to America in the first place?
Yeah.
We escaped from our own dictatorship.
Right.
From our own persecutions,
right.
to come to find a refuge, a place of peace, a place to raise our kids, a place to be educated, a place to own our own works, a place to make our own livings in this country.
Right.
And what's happened? The upbringing is poison in our heads.
Yes.
when the parents coming with the same baggage, hatred for this country,
Yes.
and they begin teaching them to their kids
Right.
that this is Dar al-Harb. We have to fight this great Satan.
Yes.
This is what they call America.
Yes.
And they're still coming to immigrate here.
Yes.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. Yeah, the ultimate in monafakun and hypocrisy. They come to enjoy the wonderful West that was built upon Christianity and the Western way. In the meantime, they do everything they can to subvert this country, our religion, and everything else. We're going to come back in just a few minutes, and we're also going to talk about deception, lying, espionage, spies in Islam. Even Muhammad had numerous spies, and even Muhammad suggested to one of his own Muslims that he should go and use deception and lying in order to carry out assassination attempts. Just as we see, this man was living a lie right there. Our tax dollars paying this man who hates our country.
$500,000.
$500,000. Hates the United States of America. We're paying him to murder our own soldiers. Well, we're going to open up the lines in just a few minutes, but first let's take this break right now, and we'll be right back with News and Views.
If you enjoy watching this program, please contact us and let us know. We need your prayers and your financial support to keep this program on the air. Give us a call at 248-416-1300.
All right, welcome back to the special edition of News of Views, where we're talking about the tragedy that took place at Fort Hood just a couple days ago with a Muslim major who opened fire, killing 13 American soldiers and wounding some 30 more. Before we go to the phone lines, I know we have some calls. Thank you for your patience. I'd like to go back to Pastor Yusuf for a bit of commentary on this idea, the topic tonight, between loyalty and betrayal. I think Pastor Yusuf would like to say a few things before we go to the phone lines.
You know, when you have a family and you have kids, you teach them to love their family, to be loyal to the mom and the dad and the brothers and the sister. You learn that in the family. And when you go to school, you have friends in the school. You are loyal to those classmates, you are loyal to your school, you respect the teachers, you learn these things when you are taught in early childhood. Then you get graduated from the university, you go to the workplace, and you learn how to be loyal to your job. You love your job, you love your manager, you love your co-workers. This is your loyalty. And it takes more than that. When you are working, you learn how to love your town, your nation, your country, to be loyal to your country. But what we're saying today, that instead of teaching our kids how to love, how to be peaceful, how to raise our kids in a community that respects others, respects the laws, respects the country that's hosting us. Obviously, many of our kids are deceived and denied to be taught the right way to be loyal. Loyal to the family, loyal to the workplace, loyal to our country that we're living in, that gives us the platform, gives us the freedom to do what we want to do. But obviously, that wasn't the story. It seems to me it starts from the family, Pastor Joseph.
Yes.
When education starts, it's the curriculum that we teach our kids, either it's in the home or in the school. When you begin telling your kid, kill and hate and hate and kill. Israel is our enemy. America is the great Satan. Israel is more Satan. Right. And he was raised from that period of time, 4 years old and up.
Right.
In that drama.
Right.
It doesn't matter if he lives in America or England or Germany or the Middle East, because it is just planted in his brain and his heart.